Trichotillomania is an impulse control disorder. It's when someone pulls out their hair and it feels good and they can't stop. Sometimes they'll pull out their hair from their eyelashes or their eyebrows, which is what I do. I first started pulling out my hair when I was about 11. I just remember that I was really stressed out and I started pulling out some eyelashes one night, and then I woke up the next morning and about half of my eyelashes were just gone, and that felt great, which was really confusing. It starts with touching a hair, which ones are really hard or which ones are not at the right angle, or, I start making up like all sorts of reasons why a hair has to go. So I'll start touching that hair and then I'll obsess with it. And eventually I'll just, with my nails, just pull it out. Yeah. And it's a relief, it's really like, it's like scratching an itch. It's a disorder that affects a lot of your life, how you relate to people. Like for me, when I was younger and I had no eyelashes, I didn't dare to look anyone in the face. I just couldn't look at anyone in the eyes. I was ashamed, so that's how I grew up. And that's how a lot of us grow up. So when I was 11, I was hitting puberty, and of course, everyone's like, trying to be popular at that point and look pretty, and, I didn't have any hair on my face. Classmates would tease me, they would make fun of me for having no hair. They would call me diseased, they would run away from me all the time, they would say that I had cancer. My mom did not react well either. She would threaten me, and she would humiliate me in front of my friends and in public. There were times when she just wouldn't take me out of the house because she was ashamed.
If you look at our babies, babies are born, black babies are born with the most hair on their head. By the time our girls are in their teenage years, they suffer the most hair loss. And it's because of our hair care practices. Why did I go natural? I didn't go natural because I thought, black power or... I just went natural because my hair was breaking and I didn't want to end up bald. Relaxing your hair is using what they call a relaxer. It's a chemical substance that takes the kinks out of your hair, so it makes the kinky hair straight. The whole process was too much for me. I would go natural with my, sometimes extensions, sometimes with my natural hair. They would ask me like, why don't you relax your hair? Why don't you straighten your hair? And I would say like, my hair is breaking. They would give me advice on how to straighten my hair. I was like, but why are you telling me this? Are you uncomfortable with my natural hair? I never realized how stigmatized our hair was. So it was a great learning experience, and actually it still goes on.
Turban, and I just want to say the turban is a very important symbol of the Sikh religion. The turban shows our guru's teachings and pride. The turban covers our hair like our guru told us. The turban is a crown gift from the God.
Hair is a part of our body, right? And our body was created by the divine, by God. We believe that this is the body that we were given, so we treat our bodies as something sacred. And for that reason, we don't cut our hair. Cutting our hair would be like, cutting off our finger. Another aspect of it is that, it was about creating an identity. So much of what it meant to be a Sikh was exploding a lot of these injustices in society and a lot of religious ideologies that perpetuated those injustices. For that reason, Sikhs were very unpopular. Guru Gobind Singh could have said, we should blend in so people won't know who we are, so we won't come under more threat. Instead of that, he and his followers said, actually, we're not going to cut our hair. We're going to wear turbans, and turbans were a sign of royalty at the time. Kings and emperors wore turbans. We're going to be really obvious. By not cutting my hair, I'm making a commitment that if I see any sort of injustice in society, any sort of inequality or tyranny, it's going to be my first priority to fight against that, right? And to stand up for people who are being oppressed, whether it's my own people or whether it's not my own people.
It's a big, shameful thing. I mean, I'm here, I admit it, I'm in recovery, but if I weren't in recovery, I probably wouldn't even be here right now. I would be hiding from you. But I'm here because people need to know this.
Bye. See you later.
When I was in 6th grade, my teacher, in the middle of class, she stopped class and asked me, "Why are you so ugly?" And I was like 11 years old and I didn't know what to say, so she asked me again, "Why are you so ugly?" That pretty much gave permission to all of my peers to treat me the same for the rest of my middle school and high school life. I don't know, why would a teacher do that to someone? To anyone? I thought they were supposed to be there to protect people. That was traumatic. It formed my entire experience after that. I really wish that teacher knew just how much damage she did.
Going Natural, going-natural.com, that's my base. And the other project is The Pursuit of Nappiness. That's actually an exhibition of my pictures that I've taken over the years when I saw the hairstyles here in Brooklyn, you know, where natural hair was normal. I thought that if people could see this, we wouldn't necessarily have this need to relax our hair and to damage our hair. We just keep on doing what we're doing without thinking about it. Really what I'm trying to do, besides showing the beauty and the possibilities and the versatility of natural hair, besides that, I also want to get them thinking about why are we doing this. I think we're doing it because there's still pain. And you have to go back even before slavery.
A little boy from Louisiana.
When we arrived here as slaves, they shaved our heads. There were laws that we couldn't go on the street with our natural styles. That was the nappy hair. That was the negative. So that was the start of the degradation of natural hair. We never reconciled with that idea.